So part 4 is going to be a little more play, shoot at the hip, I guess would be the better way to put it. Because there's apparently a bunch of chaos going on in Cuba right now. We don't really know what's happening. So I wanted to...
Exit up.
Well, we'll start with the 2-minute Asmongold video that came out. And I want to play that, and then I'm going to see what we find on X to see if there's any updates.
Who's Asmongold?
He's another YouTuber. He's another YouTuber.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, so let's see if I can actually get to him. Here we go.
He was interviewed by somebody.
Huh? What'd you say, Trevor?
I saw an interview with him by somebody recently.
Yeah, well, apparently Cuba is in turmoil, and this might be history in the making, so I thought we ought to, like, at least react to it. I know it's not pertaining to anything that we do, but I wanted to at least kind of keep tabs on what was going on, so we'll just start here.
Here it is. Mass protests across Cuba. Cuba enters its 8th straight night without power as the protests spread across the island. No fuel shipments in 3 months, batteries running on firewood. And now Havana is talking to Washington for the first time because they have no other choice. Holy shit. Uh-oh. How's he on a bike? Well, probably because there's not as much fuel it requires. Holy shit. The brave people of Cuba have just taken over the headquarters of the Communist Party. These rebels set fire to the building, setting the Communist building on fire. Oh. Damn. Damn. Uh-oh. Communism's canceled. It's done. Basically, Cuba, after seeing Iran, after seeing Venezuela, I think the guy from Cuba is like, okay, I'm going to call you. I see where things are going here. Cuba's president confirms the communist government has begun negotiations with Trump. They are negotiating with the United States to initiate the democratic process for the end of the Cuban regime.
Right now at 11, we begin with major breaking news. In a rare move, Cuba has already begun releasing political prisoners. Cuba also confirmed today it's in talks with the Trump administration. Cuba's leader, Miguel Diaz-Canel, announcing both countries are in the early stages of a possible agreement as the crisis in Cuba deepens.
Director of Cuba, Miguel, this is the same thing, announces that the nation, they have officially given in. They have officially given in to like, I didn't even know, do we even have a lot of pressure on Cuba yet? Yeah, they're already caving. Oh my God, this is amazing. We had pressure. The lack of oil from Iran and Venezuela made their country have no energy. Combine that with lack of food from Russia due to the Ukraine war, and you get the fall of Cuba. Thank God. I mean, that's an amazing thing. I mean, this is like millions of people that are going to be liberated from, you know, another communist shithole regime.
Don't tell me what Asmon is saying.
I don't know what that last clip was about, but that happened. So yeah, apparently it looks like Cuba's about to fall.
We are actually putting ChatGPT.
Any questions?
Nope.
Nope. All right, well, let's get on X then and try to figure out what in the world's going on. We haven't seen anything new since we first looked this up. So this is happening in real time. I don't have anything pre-picked out here, so I think this is what he was looking at. That was very loud. See if I can make that window a little bigger. So there's that. Let's see what we got here. Keep an eye on Miguel Diaz-Canel, Salvador Valdez Mesa, and Manuel Marrero Cruz. Cuba is next. Won't before the mullahs fall either. President Trump is truly a geopolitical genius. Okay, this is Laura Loomer. All right, so that's the same video. Okay, Venezuela. All right, this is from March 3rd. Here's this guy's speech. So let's see what this is about.
Con la política consistente que siempre ha presentado la
Well, that's in a
revolución
language
cubana.
I don't know.
Bajo la dirección
Let's just read this here. Come on, guys. Quit being jerks. It's not going to click on the whole thing. Okay. Cuba negotiations update. Cuban President Miguel Diaz-Canel says the government has entered negotiations with the United States, which we already knew already. Okay. Trevor, have you found anything relevant?
No, it's what you picked.
All
I
right.
haven't really been looking.
All right, let's see if this is better.
The news makes me sleepy.
The news makes you sleepy.
Yeah.
This might be history in the making, man. Maybe. You got any thoughts?
I'm looking on ground news, see if they got anything.
Well, Cody, what's your opinion of this then? Well, maybe if we get you talking, we'll wake you up a little bit.
I literally forgot what we were talking about.
Cuba.
Cuba.
Communists might be falling in Cuba.
Yeah, I don't know. Who owns Cuba? Because we had that thing in the 80s, right?
Don't believe so. I'm not sure, but I don't believe so. I think that there's a lot of... I couldn't say who owns Cuba. I kind of suspect either Russia or China, but I don't really know. I do think that they're working for some other communist group, and I think since they haven't been able to get oil, that's kind of what's caused the collapse of the whole thing. It's my opinion, but I don't know. I'm learning about all this just now. So let's see if this is
man,
actually...
I don't know.
You got...
I don't know. I'm not there. Wars and rumors of wars, man. These things must happen.
Gotcha. Well, let's see if we can get any more information out of this.
que en correspondencia.
Also in Spanish. Never mind. We got another video here.
Baxter, you know I don't speak Spanish.
Huh?
I said, Baxter, you know I don't speak Spanish.
Baxter, what? I'm sorry.
Baxter.
Oh, that's an Anchorman quote. Okay. Slow on the draw tonight, man.
A little bit.
Took off the flag of the Communist Party. There is no more symbolic image than this. What happened yesterday marks the beginning of a new stage for Cuba. Well, so they took off the flag in the Communist Party. So this is the first time the protests broke out. A bunch of people protesting and honking. So it's kind of a similar deal as what's going on in Iran. Or was going on in Iran before the bombing started. So, yeah, that's all. See, this is from 14 hours ago. This is the Fan Trump Army. What is this? Let's see. So you got a big sign that says "Make Cuba Great Again." Alright, that's also in Spanish. Guys, I don't speak Spanish. I don't know. Can't help you with that.
Hey, is that the clip of Ted Cruz about that thing?
No, this is the Tucker Carlson interview. He didn't say it. We watched that whole thing and my blood pressure went up. Did we watch it together? I don't remember. I either watched it alone or I thought I watched it with you guys.
I don't remember.
Anyway, yeah, we didn't do
Yeah,
Oh
research
yeah,
on
yeah,
that,
yeah,
did
yeah. Because Tucker was asking all those pointed questions, and it was hilarious.
Yeah, yeah, he was acting like I was getting CNN flashbacks. That like infuriated me. That was very sleazy journalism. Did the same thing. Did the same thing with Huckabee, by the way. That whole I don't know. I can't stand. Tucker has gotten on my nerves. I used to be a big fan. I'm not a big fan anymore, I guess.
I think he likes
You,
Sadducees. I think that's what I think.
you all tuckered out on Tucker?
I'm tuckered out on Tucker. I like Sadducees. Well, yes, obviously. But it's not just that. It's the freaking questioning stuff. I quit watching the news because I got tired of hearing crap like that. And now it's like all coming back, and it's like all the commentators are starting to pull that crap again, and it's really
Oh.
frustrating.
You learned the tactics, and you were like, "Ew,
Yeah, well, Limbaugh
Now
taught
it's
you the
like-
tactics.
ew."
Yeah. Limbaugh was a master. He understood how they did what they did, and he told his audience, and I learned what they did, and now it's like coming back, and he's doing it. And
Yep.
I'm just, I don't want to see that crap again. I went to the internet for my news because I didn't want to see that crap anymore.
Yeah.
You know? Anyway. Trevor, have you found anything?
Yeah, no, it's basically everything. They're just talking to Trump about trying to figure out what to do.
They're all
It all
talking.
seems stuff.
So it looks like we just still don't have a whole lot of information. I was thinking by the end of the show we'd have more, but I guess not.
Yeah, I haven't seen any updates since Friday, since yesterday.
Yeah, that's
Down with communism.
down with communism. Faux show. Yeah, well, here's something. What is this? Somebody like cooking on top of the embassy?
Nice.
Okay. Well, there's no volume to that. Interesting. All right.
That's because it's one of them space telescope cameras.
Space telescope camera. They don't have audio, huh? Cops are trying to arrest kids, I guess. This is 7 hours ago.
Yeah, this is the most updated story I've got. It's
right.
7 hours ago.
All right, go for it.
The Cuban president says talks were recently held with the U.S. to resolve differences. And that's all he's got.
Nice.
And then it goes into what's been happening, and then that's it.
Well, this is a somewhat unrelated question. Oh, that's that's a little funny. Trump, was it Trump Chavez? I don't know. Trump Castro. There we go. That's kind of funny. All right.
Yeah, so as of right now, the most updated we've got is that the talks were recently held to resolve their differences.
Okay. Well, here's the video of the communist headquarters. We can take a look at this. They're basically running in there. This is from Benny Johnson. Yeah, Benny Johnson says the brave people of Cuba have just taken over the headquarters of the Communist Party in Sigeo de Avila. These rebels then set fire to the building. Cubans see the freedom being brought to other nations and now want theirs. There you go. He's got something else here.
Cool.
Yeah. He's got another one. Torches, watches torches ablaze are carried into the Communist Party HQ in Cuba. So this is when they're actually setting the building on fire. There are reports of other protests all over the island. This is finally the revolution. Is this finally the revolution that frees Cuba? Well, if they're talking to the United States, I would assume they're going, we give.
Yeah.
So, somebody being a smart aleck. We're gonna be able to vacation in Gaza, Cuba, Venezuela, Iran, and maybe Minnesota soon. Incredible times. It's pretty funny.
Minnesota.
It's pretty funny. All right. So yeah, that's what's going on.
Cool.
Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy.
It'll all blow over soon.
I got a question for you, Cody. I don't know.
Okay.
You're the mechanics guy. I'm pretty ignorant on all that. But how in the world do you use a fire to charge a battery?
Oh.
That's what they were saying. Like they had wood fire batteries or something like that. Did I hear that correctly?
Kind of wondering about that myself. I mean,
I was like, how would you even do that?
Steam or steam can turn a propeller to charge a battery, or smoke. Man, I don't know.
Yeah, because they'd have to create some kind of static, right? I mean, like some kind of
I would
charge.
think so. I
Yeah.
don't think you can transmit regular heat.
Yeah. Yeah,
into energy.
I didn't think so. That
Wouldn't
I was kind of
Tesla able
baffled
to
by
do
that.
something like that?
I have no idea. I am not I am not a mechanical mind. He was saying that Tesla was able to do something similar, like transfer heat and use it as energy. Is that what you were getting at, Trevor?
Yeah, something similar to that.
Yeah, like
Wow.
scalar waves, but
Yeah,
not fire.
yeah, I think you're right on that. Scanner waves.
Yeah. Well, that's all I got, guys. I was kind of hoping there'd be more out by now, but apparently it's all went radio silent.
Yeah, they're
I'm just
talking.
seeing the same videos. Oh, we got Alex Jones. Let's see what he has to say.
The old political order is collapsing. A new system is forming. When I talk about World War IV, that is the term the CIA uses. They call the Cold War World War III. World War IV, they predicted, would be more kinetic, not so much cold. I want to get rid of the mullahs. But 14 days ago, I
thought this was
quoted
talking about Cuba.
reports that had come out that the Joint Chiefs of Staff had told Trump this had a very low probability of succeeding to get rid of the mullahs. Now, the mullahs a week ago said they're not going to surrender and they're going to close the Strait of Hormuz, and they've done it. So we see these headlines with Trump saying, oh, I'm not going to negotiate. They're not trying to negotiate. Now Trump has called for this international fleet, the EU, the UK, the Chinese, our enemy, to come there and take over the strait so that Iran will attack their ships. It doesn't matter. All Iran has to do is attack ships that aren't flagged to China or India, and no.
Okay, I thought this was about Cuba. Okay, I
There's
feel a little baited and switched here. Am I being unfair? Because that felt like a bait and switch to me.
Clickbait.
Yeah, that felt like a bait and switch. I'm not happy about that. Let's just skip ahead and see if he actually does eventually address Cuba, since that's what I wanted to learn about.
Trying to get him
I
arrested
think you
for
just have high
interviewing him.
expectations.
What, people actually talking about what they say they're going to talk about? No, really setting the bar there. Of course, then again, we probably have that standard up ourselves. So,
Talking to the Iranians. This is so un-American. This is offensive military is, but not their ability to close the Strait of Hormuz by these Chinese anti-ship missiles that are hypersonic we can't stop. Then Americans are going to go crazy and want full war. And the Marines, the Army are ready to go in. Full invasion of Iran. And just the Arabs. Israel literally only thinks
all
about
right,
itself.
this
And
whole
what's weird is they're not-
blasted thing is about Iran. That's it. Look at this. Okay, that's not fair, dude. You sit there and have a picture of Cuba, and then you start talking about Iran. All right, whatever.
You sound like you need some creatine, Gary.
I need some creatine. I already had my creatine, though. I already had it for the day.
That's what I need to get.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It works.
Creatine.
It works. Yeah. Okay, so all right, 7 hours ago. Okay, looks like there's protests in Iran again. So this was 7 hours ago. Maybe they're making their move. I think that the other guy that they tried to put in to replace the first guy is dead. So, yeah, this is Cuba again. So yeah, it's happening all over the world. I wish everybody the best.
Yep.
Good luck.
See you guys on the flip side.
Yeah, don't be like us and screw it up for an entire generation, because the hippies are a bunch of degenerates. Don't get hippies. If you manage to get your freedom, don't get hippies. They'll take it away. They'll promise you hedonism and then take away all your freedom. That's what they do. They're awful.
100%.
Yeah. All right. That's all I got, guys. That was a little...
Sounds good to me, man.
That was a little lackluster, but hey, I honestly thought there'd be more out by now, but I guess not. So, all right, gentlemen, you got any final thoughts for this evening?
No, let's wrap it up. It's been a good show. I broke my leg and everything.
You broke your leg? What?
Break a leg?
Oh, the stage. Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah. Man, you're slow on the references tonight.
I'm tired, man. I've been on a diet. Creatine ain't fixing it all. So, doing the best I can, though. Trevor, do you have any final thoughts?
No. Good luck to them all.
All right.
Cat, we appreciate you being here.
Yeah. Well, hey, before you go, because I've got a few seconds to kill.
Oh, yeah.
Good kicking it. Thank you, Beans to Clayx. Thank you. He says, good kicking it. You too, sir. We appreciate having you. Thank you. Before we go, second book. It's out on print. Temple of Maggie Stone. I'm Poor. Please buy it. It's on Amazon, GaryPaulVarner.com, Barnes & Noble, and other places that Drafted Digital sends them to that I'm not aware of. So, okay. Yeah, I am a terrible advertiser. So, all right. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.
Later.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Faith, Fiction, and Folklore. If you did, we would love it if you would subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Rumble. We can also be found on X, Instagram, and Facebook. And we are available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. Thank you again very much for listening, and we'll see you next time.